Are you looking for a high quality, high output subwoofer straight out of the box? You don't want to have to mess around with something that you have to make, custom enclosures and all that kind of stuff? Then the SPK-V10 is something you should consider. Let me show you why. So hey guys, it's Blade again from Audio Security, and today we've got a new product to look at. This is the AudioControl SPK-V10. Now, you may or may not know who AudioControl is. They are pretty well known in terms of through Audio Security for line out converters. So LC2I, LC6I, all line out converters that we sell, very, very popular, fantastic products that they sell. But they do also have a wide range of other products that they do list, such as subwoofer enclosures, speakers, amplifiers that are all just as good as their very well known line out converters.
Here we have the AudioControl SPK-V10. This is a 10-inch subwoofer in a passive ported enclosure.
Obviously 10-inch driver, you get the grille on the front here. It's about 500 watts RMS, so very, very good power handling, and you've got the port in the side of the box here. It's a very American style enclosure, I would say. They've coated it in this, they call it a roadkill finish. It's like almost like sandpapery kind of finish. It's very, very hard wearing. And then they've got this really nice marine grade vinyl over the front. And you've got this metal mesh grille over the sub as well. So it's a very, very sturdy looking enclosure. Now the port is tuned to 38 Hertz out the box, which is a fantastic tuning point for these kind of subs, especially a 10-inch. It gives you a very wide frequency response of the sub. It will play all the way down to I think about 20 Hertz and all the way up to, I mean, 80 something. You don't really need much more than that. So being a 10-inch as well, it's gonna be nice and punchy, really, really good power handling from this. As I said, it's about 500 watts RMS and I think about 700 watts peak. And even just looking at the sub, you can tell that this is a very, very high quality subwoofer they put in this. Now they do sell this sub separately, which is on our website as well. And they've also added a really, really nice part of it. So on the side, if you have a look, you'll see that they've got the normal push down terminals for where your speaker cables go into. But underneath that, they have a little rubber cover, which is for their quick connect setup. So now in terms of price point in this unit, this is a little bit up there with the higher cost side of things. So this prefab enclosure with the sub internally, obviously you will need a separate amp for this, but this comes in at £450 at the time of filming. So you may be thinking that's quite a lot of money for just a sub. But what you have to remember is a lot of places, if you go for a sub like this and you need an enclosure, you're going to be looking at probably more money than that just to make an enclosure for it. So to have the sub and an enclosure ready to go out the box is pretty good at that price point, I think. 500 watts RMS, and it's a solid 500 watts RMS. I've already quickly listened to this and I've been pretty impressed. This kind of thing for that kind of price, very, very good, I think. So what we're going to do is take this downstairs, get the trusty Civic out, drop it in the boot, wire it up to the amplifier, and give you guys a demo, as well as giving me the full experience of what it sounds like in a car. So let's do that. Right, if you're looking for a lightweight subwoofer option, this probably ain't the one for you, but it's heavy for a reason. So before we get this in, I'll just show you basically the little accessories you get with it. So if you do need to fix the subwoofer down, you get these two little brackets. And then if I can show you on the side of the sub, you get your bracket, stick it on there, you get the screws that are included, screw it down, and then you have two screw points to bolt it to wherever you're going to fit it in the car. Obviously you can just Velcro it down if need be, and also because it's like a grip tape style finish, it's probably not going to slide around, but if you did want to mount it down, you've got that option there. Right, so now the sub's in, you can really kind of see what it's made of. You can see that nice big rollover surround around the face of the sub. You've got even like the nice detail of the blue stitching all the way around, and that really nice kind of semi-transparent AC logo in the middle. Now, we'll probably overlay some pictures of the actual sub out of the enclosure, and you can really see what it looks like. It's a proper nice looking thing. They've even gone to town and painting the actual basket of the sub, so behind the sub, the metal framework, that's all painted blue, so it's a really, really nice design sub. Then under here, I'm not sure if you can see it, you've got the nice AudioControl logo as well.
Now please bear in mind this is a passive enclosure, meaning you will need your own amplifier. In this case we have used an AudioControl A800.1. This is also available on our website.
So in this particular car, it does take up a decent amount of room. Main reason being is this has a strut brace running along the bottom here, so you can't push it right up to the back of the seats. But in a generic hatchback, this wouldn't really take up too much room. You could push it over to one side, kind of use the whole corner of the boot space, and you've still got a decent amount of space around the front and on the left-hand side there. So, really, really good looking enclosure. Let's stop talking about it. Let me close the boot, jump in the front, and let's have a listen. Right. Okay, so let's crack on. Just play some music. It will be royalty free, unfortunately, but we've got a few tracks that we've used in the past that have a decent amount of bass. So let's find out what this thing sounds like. So we'll put the volume to 25 and let's give it a go.
She might be what I need. To get spice, raw tasters, come by me. I'm icy, way too.
That is a lot of bass. That's shaking the whole car.
She like me, she might be what I need. To get spice, raw tasters, come by me. I'm icy,
Wow.
way too icy. I get paper, I'm big screen, I'm Spike Lee. I'm flabby, she's flabby, too wavy. I can tell they wanna get like me. I'm flabby.
That is hitting every note as clean as a whistle. That's really, really impressive to see that, to be honest. So remember, this box is tuned to about 38 Hertz. So I reckon we start at about 70 Hertz and then we'll go down from there and see kind of where we can get to, see where the kind of peak output is, and then go from there. So 70 Hertz. So 70 Hertz is normally like your kick drum, your hard hitting bass. It's not stupid loud, you can probably still hear me over it. Let's start dropping it down. That's 60 Hertz, a lot more going on now. This is where you start getting into like the lower rolling bass. 50 Hertz, whoa. 40 Hertz, wow, the whole car is shaking. 38 Hertz, that's a tuning frequency. Wow, that's a really nice deep rumble, you feel it more in your chest. 30 Hertz, starting to quieten down now, but that's still, I can feel it. 27 Hertz, still feel it. 25 Hertz, I think that's its limit now. Again, you can still hear that. You can still feel it in the whole car. If I go from nothing to 25 Hertz, you can definitely still feel it. So I think you'll find between a few different brands in this kind of caliber, I think that performs really, really well. I've had a few different subs in this car and a few other vehicles where it will play really, really loud at a very narrow band. So let's say between 40 and 60 Hertz, it will play really, really loud. But this is done quite well across quite a wide band of frequencies. So definitely a good sub to look out for. Right, so would I recommend this? Yes, is the answer, 100%. This is definitely going to be a very, very good option for someone that's looking for that big bass without going for a huge enclosure, but with good quality to back it up as well. As I've said, it's going to be definitely for someone that's looking for high quality, high output bass. So even down to just the enclosure itself, the way it looks, the build and feel of it, really, really nice. Obviously this is an American brand, so you can always kind of rely on the build quality being very, very good. But yeah, just generally as an all-round option, even just the 10-inch is very, very good. Now they do offer a 12-inch option and they do a 12-inch shallow enclosure as well, which will probably feature in another video. But this as a package is very, very good. Pair this up with a nice 500 watt RMS amplifier. Remember, this is a 2 ohm load enclosure, so you need 500 watt RMS at 2 ohm. But yeah, very, very good. If there's any other products you'd like me to review on the channel, make sure you just drop it in the comments, or any suggestions, put it in the comments. So that's the end of the video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.